to call the regular scheduled council meeting for the Village of Beverly Hills, Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. Would you please call the roll?
Yes. Ms. Rajusco?
Here.
Ms. Kescometti? Mr. Mercer?
Here.
Mr. O'Gorman?
Here.
Mr. Aboud?
Here.
Mr. Drummond? Mr. George? We have a quorum.
With that, I'd like everybody to face the flag and pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Aboud, at this time I'd like to make a motion to excuse Mr. Drummond, Mr. George, and Ms. Kescometti for an array of health and family issues.
Support. With that, okay, we have a motion, we have support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, they're excused. Okay, we're going to go on the amendments and the agenda. Is there any motion to approve the agenda as published?
Mr. Aboud,
Yes, sir.
I would make a motion that we remove business item 3G from the agenda tonight and put that on a future agenda.
I'll support that.
All in favor? Or is
Aye.
that a roll call?
No, I think it can be a motion.
To remove it from the agenda, it's, the voice vote is fine.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, we have an agenda. Any community?
Mr. Aboud, at this time I'd like to move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we have an agenda. So any community announcements from the public or online? Okay, seeing none. We'll go to public comments. Any public comments that are not in the agenda in public or online? Okay, seeing none, let's move on to the consent agenda. We have 3 items. Approved May 5th, 2026 regular council meeting minutes, review file bills recapped as of May 18th, 2026, and the second announcement of vacancies on board and commission vacancies.
Mr. Aboud, at this time, be it resolved that the Village Council of the Village of Beverly Hills approve the consent agenda as published.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, it's a resolution.
All right. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mercer?
Yes.
Mr. O'Gorman?
Yes.
Mr. Aboud?
Yes.
Ms. Rajusco?
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, we'll move on to the business agenda. We have 2 items on the agenda. Approved purchase of public safety patrol vehicles to fiscal year 2027 and approved purchase of the Sutphen, or is that how it's pronounced? All right, SL 100 ladder truck. All right, so
Oh, I can take it from here and introduce the first item while Director Arnold comes up. First on our business agenda, every other year, the Public Safety Department replenishes its fleet of patrol cars. We didn't buy any cars last fiscal year, so to get them ordered to be delivered sometime in the upcoming fiscal year after July 1, we'd like to place our order now before the state and the dealers do their annual price increase for the 2027 models that are bound to come out. Director Arnold's here to talk more about how these vehicles will be used and answer any questions you may have. The only thing I'd add, if both of these purchases are made through the My Deal Cooperative Purchasing Program, which bids out this statewide and lets governments participate in acquiring vehicles and equipment this way.
all right. Any council want to chime in on anything here? Anybody in public? Anybody online? All right, seeing none, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. As Mr. Recall 309, that has all almost 74,000 miles on it. The other one would be replacing 310, which is just under 80,000 miles. What I anticipate is 309 will then become the new SRO vehicle, which has been in our fleet for quite some time, and it's becoming an expensive vehicle. It spends quite a lot of time in the shop, unfortunately. It's an older fleeted vehicle. It actually has less mileage than these two, but it's in much poorer condition. So we are proposing that these two vehicles be purchased. We have orders from Berger Chevrolet, as well as the second one being from, give me 1 second, please. Do you have that, Warren?
F-150?
Yes, sir.
So you're Ford and Chevy?
Yes,
Nice.
a Ford and a Chevy. And I don't have the dealership for the second one.
Oh, it's,
Canfield?
No, Canfield will be the company that upfits them for us.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
it's,
Berger,
No, burgers for the
Berger's for the
Chevys.
Ford.
oh, you know,
Burgers.
the quote doesn't have the dealer on it, but it's the,
not.
whatever the dealer is for, there's only one My Deal Ford dealer. So,
My apologies. Either way, the vehicles are priced out where the Tahoe is priced out at $56,754, and the Ford F-150 Police Responder is $50,478. I am requesting funds to purchase two of the vehicles, one being a Chevy Tahoe, the other being the Ford F-150.
I'll open it up for council members. Any comments? Sir?
You mentioned you're replacing the SRO vehicle with 309 or 310?
Yes, probably 309.
What do you do with the SRO vehicle and 310?
We
You
will
go to
turn-
auction, or?
We'll turn both of them over into fleeted vehicles, not to be used in our capacity for patrolling, things like that, but to be used in training. There's options that we can auction them off. I do know that the DPW is in need of a couple of vehicles as well, so I think someone else is going to inherit them from us, I believe.
Okay, thanks.
yeah, I'd point out that now that we've got Public Works in-house and we've got our 6 seasonal employees with us now, sharing vehicles is getting a little rough. So this, yes, it's a Tahoe, it's not as versatile as like a truck or something. We'll certainly find everyday use for these in support of our now in-house Public Works and Parks operations.
And do we have a maintenance life cycle of vehicle kind of method, or are we going to develop one? I know a lot of fleets will have kind of a methodology where they manage how much is the maintenance a year, replacement costs, things like that. So I'm just wondering if we do something along those lines, or you mentioned 2 years as kind of a replacement cycle, but if we're maintaining these within our village fleet, I'm just curious how we're going to manage that, because I think we do now have somebody on DPW that can service vehicles, per se.
Yes, so as far as developing all of that, it's to come, we've only had a fleet
No, I know, right.
for a few months, and we do have a village mechanic as part of our Public Works crew. So as these, especially their vehicles in particular, come, he'll service the patrol cars, he'll make recommendations, can kind of help do some, extend the life, and even if it's not a front road police response vehicle, it will be used. I don't have a scoring matrix or anything like that at the moment, but.
Yeah, it's more of a recommendation to
Yeah.
come up with like a total cost of ownership model that we can
Sure.
start evaluating. So if
Absolutely.
we're taking these vehicles out and not getting revenue back for auction or something like that, but using them, what's the life of that vehicle where we're extending the life beyond its value? So
We report our mileage to DPW every day in the vehicles when we gas up on a mileage log. So
Okay.
my assumption is DPW will be tracking our mileage.
Okay.
And then we'll be talking about regular oil changes inside the cycle of the oil.
figure out those total costs. Okay, yeah, as long as we're starting to do some accounting as we reuse the vehicles, I appreciate it.
And it's Longhammer Ford is the dealer.
Okay.
Mr. Rothy, I noticed that the budget was $230,000, and the request is only $148,000, which leaves us another $81,000 in our,
Yes, that's our capital outlay. The remainder of that is for the public safety building window project. So that's how much we have to dedicate to that project when we start pursuing that.
and the prices that Mr. Arnold conveyed, those include the outfitting through Canfield?
The price
Yes.
that you just said did, yes. It's another $20,000 for the F-150 and $21,900 for the Tahoe.
Yeah, so the total investment is $148,781.
Got it. Thank you. Any more questions for the director or the village manager? Anybody from public would like to, yes, sir, step to the podium, please? Just give us your name and street, please.
Yeah, Mike Garvey on Amherst.
I need to wait till I get the mic.
Mike Garvey, Amherst.
Yep. I just was curious what the lead time on something like this is, from the time you order it to the time you can use it.
Microphone, please.
Oh, yeah, I was just interested in when these vehicles would be available for the group here. So, how long does it take? Thanks.
A lot of it depends on stock, obviously. Deputy Chief Davis has informed me that we've been told the vehicles are available, so I think that we would be able to get them inside 6 months. Canfield is a very large company. They're probably the largest police equipment installer in southeast Michigan, so we're a little bit at their mercy, but it takes typically about 6 months from date of order till we see them on the street. That would be my hopes.
Mr. Booth?
Sir.
I've got a question. So these two vehicles will both be the same color as the current ones that we
Yes.
have, the newer ones we have, the gray, silver color, and then we'll have the same decals put on. They'll upfit those for us.
It'll be the dark blue.
The dark-
The silver one is the SRO vehicle.
Oh, okay.
It's the only one
One's
that
the old-
doesn't match our fleet.
Okay, so these will be the dark blue ones?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any other comments from council, public, or online? All right, seeing none, do you have a resolution, sir?
I would
Mr. Mercer?
make a resolution for the purchase of the public safety patrol vehicles for fiscal year 2027. Be it resolved, the Village Council of Beverly Hills approves the purchase and upfitting of public safety patrol vehicles for fiscal year 2027 as quoted. Funds are available in account number 205-345-970.00.
There is a estimated build time of 23 to 20. Did I say the number wrong?
No.
Or no? Oh, okay.
No.
I heard, sorry.
It's just $1 million.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's $1 million.
Yeah. Got a round. We're not going to take delivery of this until the end of the fiscal year 28 budget, or maybe even the beginning if it's pushed out to that 25, 26-month window, the fiscal year 2029 budget. So this truck, like the previous equipment, is offered through a Sourcewell cooperative purchasing contract through the state's dealer for Sutphen. As far as what ladder trucks are used for and everything.
Of our neighboring communities, Huntington Woods, Berkeley, Southfield, Oak Park, just to name a couple of them. So not only are we as a municipality and residents reliant on a working fire truck, our mutual aid partners are as well. The why we chose to get a stick ladder that is not bucketed is because the way it is set up, we have a bucketed ladder truck in the middle, and we are on the far end, so we have a stick, a bucket, and then another stick. So that's why we chose to go with a stick rather than a bucketed aerial platform. While I understand that $1.96 million is a large price,
Makes sense.
it will give us the premier ladder truck in the area that will probably have a life cycle of 20 to 30 years with the amount of time that it's going to get used. The current one that we have has more miles and service hours than what it should have for only being 13 years old, but that was because it was driven all across the state to go to shows, and it was a demo truck. So as Mr. Rothy mentioned, Lieutenant Ginther and Lieutenant Moore did the legwork on this for me because they are very knowledgeable in their jobs, specifically in the fire service. So the Public Works Association, the American Public Works Association, has developed a point system for vehicles of this nature. And the points going from 0 to 28, 0 being no need of replacement, 28 being you're near a failure point. Some of the factors are age, mileage, hours, types of service, reliability, condition. Those are all the point ranges. Also some costs for repairs. Over the last 3 years, this truck has incurred nearly $40,000 in repairs, $18,000 just within this last calendar year. We rate on a condition 3 at 26 points, which qualifies us for replacement and puts us only 2 points away from needs immediate consideration. So for those reasons, I am asking that we approve the purchase of a new Sutphen aerial ladder truck.
All right, we'll open it up for council. Any questions from council members regarding this $1.9 million truck?
I have a couple of
Please.
questions or comments.
Yes, sir.
Director Arnold, I look at the numbers and I think actually we're closer to a 28-point scale or higher than a 26. The math I do, by the time we take delivery of this truck, it's going to be 17 years. So that'd be 17 points.
Yes, sir.
Also, this which gets you to 28, but this truck's purchase price was a lot lower for us because it had been demoed. Now, the miles are higher, so you're getting maybe an extra point there, but this truck probably would have cost a few $100,000 more had it been brand new back in 2011. And I happened to be here when we bought that truck, so I'm going to try not to be on council every time we buy a fire truck, especially
20 to 30 years.
Well, it could be. It could be, yeah. And, I mean, this truck has served us pretty well for what we purchased it for, and we needed it at the time. And we didn't have a lot of extra cash in 2011, if people remember that kind of time frame. It was a little different time. And so we've been very lucky. We've been lucky to be able to build a fund over the last, 10, 15 years to be able to buy a truck and buy it in cash. So that's something that not every community can do. Whether you want to say maybe we should bond it or not, I think we have the money. I think we pay for it this time. I think that's the right thing to do. And hopefully we'll be lucky enough to do that in 20 more years. And I won't be here for that. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer. Anyone else? Good. Sir?
So similar question to last time. What do you do with a used fire truck?
Sutphen can set us up with needed fire departments. We can sell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we expect some form of revenue back on that? Do any ballpark?
$200,000 or more.
Wow, that's great.
So it's a pretty-
That's what they suggested to me.
I mean,
A lot can happen in 2 years.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That's just a placeholder, but it's a good kind of scale.
Right.
To understand.
And
And then I was reading through the spec sheets, and there's 2 engine warranties, or am I misreading that? I was just trying to understand. Lines
It's probably a
21 and
warrant,
22.
I don't want to speak for certain, but it's probably a vehicle engine warranty and a pump engine warranty.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if there's multiple engines in there.
Yes.
Okay, and then overall, the vehicle itself, is there a warranty on the vehicle itself? Meaning we drive it for 2 years, something goes bad, what is the liability of the manufacturer? Because these are all custom, as I understood when we had our last discussion on this, right?
Yeah, we custom built this, or it will be
They don't
custom built.
have a production plant that spits out fire trucks.
It's in Columbus, Ohio is where Sutphen, they build them themselves.
Yeah, what I mean, it's like it's like buying an Aston Martin in a sense, right? It's
Correct.
For purpose.
I do not have what the bumper-to-bumper warranty is on it, but I can get you that information.
I'd be curious. I mean, I'm sure it's standard. I doubt it's a big negotiable, but I would be curious, are there any extended warranties on these or not? I'm just curious.
There's a lot of warranties listed on page
I know, I was reading, I was a
74 of
little
the
confused
packet.
by
Yeah,
all
I
the
just want
warranties that were available.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm just curious, it seems like all the major components are kind of warranted, and I wasn't sure if the total truck was warranted as well. So I just wanted to know, because it is a custom build, if there's anything wrong, do they fix it, and what's the timeline under which they could fix it? So if you could.
I would think that they would absolutely fix it, but I don't have the warranty information in front of me.
And then was there anything, I mean, this isn't a decision factor for me, it's more just knowledge of risk and costs that we're spending, but I was just curious if we can find it out, and then if there's anything that's not warranted per se, right? Is there anything, driveline or anything that they give you a year or something?
Right, I can find that out for you.
Okay, no, that'd be great, that'd be helpful, so. It's a brand new world for me, it's my first fire truck.
Exciting, isn't it?
Maybe
Very
one
exciting,
day,
very
maybe one
exciting.
day you'll
Not
have
every
2
day.
fire trucks under your belt.
5-year-old me is very excited
Yes.
right now.
And in
Just
20
to add
years, she can be around for the next one.
Just to add a few things that I left out, the aerial is 100 feet in length, so
yeah.
it'll reach every platform that we have, as well as our mutual aid partners. It has a 400-gallon internal tank on it, so before we even hook up to a hydrant to get supplemental water, we have 400 gallons of water that we could immediately start trying to extinguish a fire with that.
What is the, number of stories that it's robust to?
It'll get us to three stories
Okay.
easily.
And does that have like, just curious, hose attachment on the
Yes,
ladder?
it's got what's called a monitor.
Okay.
So it can be unmanned while it's up there.
Oh, see.
And the way that we had this ladder truck designed is the instrument panel is center mounted versus rear mounted. So it only takes one person to run this entire ladder truck, and it can be done off of a iPad.
An iPad?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Arnold, speaking of iPads, I'm sorry, were you done?
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah.
Yep. So typically, heaven forbid, if there is a fire, do you always get the drones to go out first to kind of get a perspective before your ladder comes into place, or is it all work, just in time stuff? Because
Yeah, typically, we're going to send our apparatus first before we put a drone up. A drone would be something that we would put up if we could not locate the seat of the fire, or we wanted to see what we could not see. This ladder truck also has a camera on the top of the aerial,
Nice.
so we will get a bird's eye view of that as well.
And then one other thing, that you mentioned the services that we help, provide other city, villages, and townships in the area. I'm sure that's reciprocating as well if
Absolutely.
we need them.
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah, just a follow-up, I know kind of in light of buying fire trucks, but we have more than one. We have one ladder truck in our fleet, but we have another.
an engine.
Yeah, we have another engine, and then we also, I think, have a
have a
smaller.
squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smaller. So, I mean, we might have to buy another fire truck. We're just not buying another ladder truck,
Right.
the last, ladder truck.
We also have a pumper, correct?
The pumper, the engine.
Yeah, the
And
engine.
we spec'd the ladder identical to that of the engine, because when they spec'd out the engine, which is also a Sutphen, a lot of time and effort was put in. They designed it specifically for us, and it's so well appreciated that we spec'd the two of them out almost identical to each other, except one has a 100-foot ladder on it.
Yeah, and I do just want to, I was going to comment on that if nobody brought it up. Again, just we do have a Sutphen already. That's the other
Yes.
truck. So getting that serviced or taken care of, whether it's warranted or not, I don't know what the age of the engine is, but, we're keeping it in the family, so to speak, as far as manufacturers go and repair people.
And for the record, I was here for the engine, so.
I think I was the pumper truck. I was here for the pumper truck. Oh, look, I am done too. Huh,
See?
Look at that.
You weren't here, though.
I'm doing it.
My first fire?
All right. All right. If there's no more comments from the council, any comments from the public or online? Seeing none, since you are on the liaison for public safety, would you mind taking this?
The alternate.
The
yes.
alternate,
The
please.
lead isn't here tonight, so I'll take it.
Got it.
So be it resolved that the Beverly Hills Village Council approves the purchase of a Sutphen SL100 ladder truck from Apollo Fire Apparatus utilizing Sourcewell contract number 082025-SUT as presented.
Support.
We have a resolution, we have support. Ms. Brown, please call roll.
Mr. O'Gorman?
Yes.
Mr. Abud?
Yes.
Ms. Rojusco?
Yes.
Mr. Mercer?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Great.
Can I have just one follow-up?
Please.
We didn't appropriate any funds because that would come in a separate agreement
Correct.
when we go to actually pay for it. So
Yes.
This is just authorizing us to go. We have the
Place the order.
funds available. We're not allocating those funds because, one, we're not in the current fiscal year. We're going to spend them and a lot of other things. So, okay,
You are correct.
thanks.
That completes the business agenda. We'll move on to public comments. Anyone from the public would like to please make any comments, step to the podium. Please, name and street. First name, last name, whatever you want.
Anna, I live on Dunblane Avenue, and I'm not sure if this is exactly the right time, but I'm an interior designer, and I'm an advocate for Dark Sky International, which is a nonprofit that helps educate about light pollution, and I would love the opportunity to provide that information at some point to the residences of Beverly Hills about how to better modify exterior lighting for people's health, for wildlife. So all the overuse of lighting at night especially attracts a lot of deer, so that's feeding into the problem. It's also obviously really bad for wildlife, the environment, and other people, people sleeping and circadian rhythms. So whenever that would be a good time, I would love to provide more information.
Well, you'll have an opportunity once you join the planning commission, so I don't know if
going to say,
you're
there's openings on the
aware of
planning.
that. But that could be one thing, and then perhaps you can give your information to the manager or the clerk,
Okay.
and then they can perhaps follow up with you, and if it's feasible, maybe we can put it on the website. No promises, but we appreciate you stepping up and giving us that information. I think
Okay.
it's vital.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
And there are, I think, vacancies or...
I was going to mention in my manager report,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
you
well,
have the vacancies.
I won't take that from you.
Any other comments? This is your opportunity. Step up to the mic, please. Name and street. Okay. Seeing none, no one online, right? All right, that concludes public comments. We'll move on to the manager's report. Sir, floor is yours.
Yes, to start, I will say that we are still accepting applications to serve on various boards and commissions with the village clerk Brown. I think all boards have openings,
Yes.
so whether it's planning, zoning, parks, or cable board, we love to see people apply for those. Appointments will be considered by this body, I believe, in July or June. Second meeting of June, so coming up, still plenty of time to get the applications in. Next council meeting will be at Groves High School. We will open with a presentation from the DNR about deer management strategies, Beverly Park Playground. Assuming we get our soil erosion control permit from Oakland County this week, we'll be able to start the day after Memorial Day. Otherwise, it might be delayed a day or two. Just got to wait for Oakland County to process that permit so we can do our silt fencing and things like that. So that is in the works. We're hoping to have it substantially complete on July 22nd of summer. Smith Group will be attending this week on Thursday's Parks Board meeting to give an update on their work on the Wenbrook Park plan. We've been working on RFP documents for the fiscal year 2027 sidewalk replacement program, as well as the fiscal year 27 Beverly Park fence replacement program. So I think by the end of this week, both of those will be live. Responses are due in June. We'll probably see those at the council level sometime in July. Public Works has been hard at work getting some things done throughout the community, including if you drove past it today, parking spaces were repainted at Beverly Park, and I believe they added, or if they didn't quite finish, I know it rained before before I last saw them. We were looking at adding about 17 to 18 spaces to that we're no longer angle parking, we are 90-degree parking. So it's a little bit of a change, but we did add about 17, 18 spaces through that. We just have to buy the paint. Again, Memorial Day is coming up. It's next Monday. The parade, I hope to see everybody there. If you'd like to volunteer, I believe there are still opportunities to do so. And last but not least, just with the BSNA cloud conversion, we are likely going to go live in the middle of July, probably in the afternoon on a Wednesday, and we will be basically shut down for Thursday and Friday. Won't be able to we can take payments, we just can't receipt them. We won't be able to issue permits or anything, and so I'm intending to close Village Hall to the public on those 2 days, and there's a series of trainings that the staff can be able to sit through together to learn how the new system will work on those days. So again, more information to come as far as that goes, but I just want to start giving that a heads up, and that is all I have for my report this evening.
Thank you, Manager Roth.
Oh, actually, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Speed hump. I don't think our friend from the last few council meetings was here about Beverly, but looking at it with Director Arnold, who gave some kind of the data and traffic counts and speeding counts at the last council meeting, at least I think he did, that's when I had my bloody nose. I don't remember, but under his authority, we're going to be installing essentially a speed I don't know, bump isn't the right word, it's just it's the shorter ones. We're gonna put that out there, we're gonna do some more data collection, we're just waiting on the signs to get delivered, and to give kind of people like a one-day heads up, hey, this is coming. And under his authority, under the Uniform Traffic Code, I believe it is, we can put this out for 90 days, and if we want to make it permanent in any way, shape, or form, or extend that timeline, it would return to the village council. So we are taking action on that. I don't have an exact timeline yet, but it's probably going to be out before our next council meeting. And again, the public safety director is empowered to do this on a 90-day basis.
Thank you, Manager Rothi. Like I said, I have a couple of comments, but I'd like council to chime in if you have questions for the manager.
I have a couple questions based on the last item. We have obviously a system that we also scale those. Does it fall within that then too? So I mean, you're doing a test here, but it came back that those specs and stats that you gave us last time basically warrant that something be there and at least try it. And if it's working, then it also falls within the parameters of when we would put one in and leave it there, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I think we don't have a lot of them. I know the one works really well over, I can't remember the cut through from Riverside to Beverly, but that one works really well, so.
There's one on Saxon as well.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Saxon.
It's
That's right.
designed to bring speeds down between 15 and 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas a bump is designed to bring them down to about 5 miles an hour. More in line with a high school parking lot or something like that.
Right. Okay, great, thanks. And while I'm at it, I'm done with you. No, I'm kidding. We haven't brought the boards and the commissions, actually, it's only been on the consent agenda. Are we seeing good response, and when do we bring that back in front of the council to appoint those?
So the applications are due on the 29th, and at the second meeting in June, you'll do your appointment. And
Okay.
I'll be emailing you guys soon because, the committees change.
Right, so that'll be the meeting on the 16th then, right?
Second meeting, yeah.
Yeah, June 16th, okay.
Have we received applications?
Oh, yes, we
Yeah.
receive applications from current and new.
Okay, great, thank you. That's it.
Sir?
On the BSNA cloud, do we have the ability to revert back? Are we is it a one-way trip, or is there a period of redundancy where we can revert back to the current cloud if the BSA cloud has an issue?
Issues. I will look into that and get back to you.
Okay, it's usually good to have that
Yeah.
overlap before you decommission, even though you're
Yeah,
doing
I abbreviated the actual schedule in my report and what I just said, so I'm not the project lead on that, so I'll ask Liz and I can circle back with you.
If there's some validation period ahead of time before you
Yeah,
actually
no, there's several.
switch, I'm
there
fine
are
with that
several.
too. I just want to make sure that's typical practice.
Yeah, no, there's several dates preceding what I mentioned in which data is going to be extracted and reviewed and stuff, among probably other things. I don't have the process down to heart, though.
And, okay, I'm good with that. And then, trying to remember the other one I had a question on. Sorry, Mr. Boot, I'll
All right.
get to you. I'll try to recall what I was going to ask.
Thank you. So just a couple of things, Mr. Rothi. So I noticed the 13 miles beginning constructions to the city of Southfield, and I've noticed the cones already. I just wanted to inform the public, what's happening between Greenfield and Southfield, and I know that they're going to be starting soon. So is it one lane closing? Perhaps you can just tell me your thoughts of how you think this is going to go down, just so the public's aware of what's happening if they're traveling to the market or wherever they go on east side of Greenfield.
Appreciate the question. What I'll do is I'll talk with Director Johnston, who was in the last meeting. I was not on their traffic plan, and I can put something out, not just for the council, but we can put something on our village website and social media on when and what the traffic patterns are. And again, we're not managing that project. That is a
Understood.
City of Southfield project, but no, we can definitely do our part to communicate with the greater community on that. And then likely at our next council meeting, we'll have actually the cost share agreement with the city of Southfield for our share of that project to approve. I just got it yesterday, so after too late to put on the agenda.
No, I get it.
Yep, so that'll probably be another opportunity to give a little bit more detail on the project as well. But we can get something out sooner, certainly, because it'll be happening before the next council meeting.
Just like a macro view.
I don't know how I'm getting home, so if any of you have extra guest rooms,
Well, that's the thing. I would imagine they're not going to close the street, right? They're going to finish
how I'm
Sutphen
getting
and then Beverly Hills will start, correct? From what you, okay.
I don't want to misspeak.
No worries. All right, and then the second one is, I know a while ago when we painted our lines, they were green. Our new lines in the parking lot, yellow
I think they're white.
or white?
Yeah, I think they
Okay.
were white
Yep.
last time.
Yep.
That's all, just curious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, that's all. Sir?
I remember my one request. So when we have the meeting in June 2nd at the Little Theater, are we going to put signs out at the Village and at Groves?
Yeah.
Like days before, so people know that's coming as an awareness?
Yeah, we'll have a flyer made with like the directions and the arrows, and we'll broadcast that on our channels before, and then, yes, certainly before, a day or two before, we can have, plenty of stuff here, in advance, and then I can talk with the school and see what we can put
Yeah,
out.
if you could talk to Groves,
Yeah.
because signage, because there's quite a bit of residential traffic that goes through there in the morning and afternoons for games and all that
Yep.
type of stuff, so it's a really good opportunity to get awareness of the discussion, because I'd love as much community feedback on this one as possible, but also for relocation, like we're changing location, I'd hate to show up there and 50 people show up here and have to read a sign, hop in their car and jump over, so just, and for everybody's awareness who's not familiar with Groves, there's kind of three main entrances. This is the one that's on the backside between the stadium closest to 13, as the old Groves High School sign. So it's not the pool, it's not the main office, or the main auditorium, so there could be a lot of people getting lost to find this. I know that happens even for parents that have kids at Groves, so I think we'll want to make sure that there's a lot of arrows that help people get to where they need to go. Because I expect a lot of people will show up at the front and try to go into the main auditorium and then be really confused.
Thank you. If there's no other comments, we'll open it up to council comments.
Yeah, you want me to start?
Sure.
Okay, just checking.
Well, they've been going this way.
Only thing
so.
I would say is come out to the Memorial Day Parade and Carnival on Monday. We're having a parade and carnival, but we also do a pretty good job of celebrating that day for what it is, and that's to memorialize those that have given their service to the country, and that's a big thing. So I would encourage everybody to come out and celebrate that. So thank you.
Mr. Gorman?
No comments this evening. Thank you, Mr. Booth.
Ms. Rajewsko or Ms. Rajewsko? Mrs. Rajewsko?
I'll take Ms.
All right.
Thank you. I just want to say how nice the sidewalks are looking and how well that project is going so far. It's looking like my son might actually get to use the sidewalks at least once to get to Berkshire Middle School before he's done. I don't know. We might not make it, but I think it's going to happen. For anybody interested in the first presentation of Wenbrook Park today, the meeting this month is at the Beverly Pavilion because it is warm outside, hopefully now. So I just want to make sure that people know that there is a venue change for that meeting. And just, anybody that is coming, the last time we worked with the Smith Group, this is kind of just the preliminary, like their ideas kind of presentation. So nothing is set in stone yet. They're just kind of giving us a launching off point, and then we will build from there as far as feedback from council, board members, and of course the public. I love the conversation around dark skies. When I was talking to you all last week about when I was in Dublin and they had that new overlay district, all of their streetlights were the dark sky streetlights that essentially are flat on top and light, and a lot of them were motion activated. So they only turned on as you were walking down the street or there was movement on the street. And I think that's important, I have a neighbor that is a wonderful neighbor, but they have a light on the side of their house that they don't realize they turn it on and it goes right into my window. So right now with bird migration and fireflies and all those other sorts of important things happening outside of our home when we're not looking, it's important to try and leave our yards as natural as possible. So while we can write new ordinances for dark sky, and I hope that we do sometime soon, and encourage them, the best thing you can do is turn your lights off and let it be dark out. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. All right, I have a pretty decent amount of information to share. So the Southeast Michigan Council of Governments is going to be hosting a legislative roundtable, and it'll be SEMCOG staff, lobbyists on Friday, June the 12th, for the roundtable discussing current federal and state policy proposals, along with opportunities for advocacy and engagement with ongoing discussions regarding property tax reform and potential preemption of local decision-making authority in Michigan. This is an important opportunity for municipal leaders to remain informed and engaged. And as I mentioned, it'll be online. Date is Friday, June the 12th. Time is from 10 to 11 a.m. If anybody's interested, I can give you more information, send you the link. But I think it's imperative that I know I'm going to be there, and perhaps I can forward it to Clerk Brown, and she can spread it to whoever wants to go. Michigan Municipal League, I attended the Elected Officials Academy, or better known as the EOA. I sit on the advisory board. Meeting focused on promotional outreach and increasing member engagement. Discussion centered on encouraging both existing and newly elected officials to participate in continuing education, leadership development, governance training to strengthen public service across Michigan communities. And I'm also honored to have completed all 4 levels of the EOA program. It took me about 12 years to complete. Education, leadership, governance, and the prestigious ambassador level. Since the program began in 1997, only approximately 20 elected officials statewide have attained the ambassador designation. For perspective, the League represents more than 500 full-service cities, villages, and townships, and you probably heard CVTs, throughout Michigan, representing approximately 98% of all eligible Michigan municipalities. Tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m., the cable board meeting. We'll be there at 7:45 a.m., and I'll be able to report back to you the next following meeting. And next, no segue into next, planning to move to the 400 Lincoln Street. Next continues progressing through the building layout, classroom placement, phases in preparation for the move, and that's supposed to be in May of 2027. And the lease is already signed, so we're just waiting for the commission to be able to help Next move forward. Speaking of Next, the next golf outing has officially been scheduled for Monday, September the 14th, 2026. Once again, I've been asked to assist with fundraising and community engagement efforts for the event. So as long as I know your email, your first and last name, I won't call you, but I'll definitely be making sure that we get some representation from the Village of Beverly Hills, as we have around 612 people that are members of Next. Senior Advisory Council on May 18th, that was yesterday, I secured an in-person presentation from SMART, which is Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation, regarding transportation services available to not only seniors, but ADA riders, students, veterans, and a broader community throughout Southeast Michigan and Oakland County. And by the way, tomorrow I will bring this up on these microphones. The presentation highlighted affordable and accessible transportation options, including reduced fares for veterans and free for students transportation opportunities. One interesting example shared by a resident, that you can travel from Pontiac to Comerica Park for $2, which will eliminate your $40 or $60 or $80 parking. And then maybe you may have a ginger ale or two at the park and you don't feel like driving, you take another $2. Well, if you're already there, you're going to take a bus back, I'd imagine. But the presentation highlighted all of what I'm talking about, and if anyone's interested, I'll forward the presentation to you, and I'll also had requested for next to hold a meeting and bring smart folks to talk, not smart as in brilliant smart, smart as in transportation, to come to the meeting and then give the residents and/or the members of next exactly what this transportation is all about. I think is very relevant and important. And then obviously, want to recognize all those who served and gave up their lives for our freedoms on Memorial Day. And the village has always been tradition to have a celebration of life. And hopefully you can all be there.
Can I add one thing?
Please.
The Memorial Day reminded me there is a drive that collection for veterans that Parks is doing in collaboration for the Memorial Day Parade. So there's a list of things in the e-blast, I believe I've seen it in the website, clean socks, underwear, toiletries that can be dropped off here at the Village Council chambers. So I encourage everybody to donate to that. Thank you.
And speaking of veterans, I've been invited to the city of Southfield Friday at 9 a.m. to go and, because I think Friday is Veterans Day, if I'm not mistaken. So that's all I have. Take a motion, adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
So moved. All right.
All those in favor?
Say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Meeting adjourned.